Good morning, my friends. It's Rihanna Basor, day 34 of creating a one-person show, the Emily Dickinson project. I couldn't remember if it was woman or person, but anyway, it's a person. Yeah, I'm feeling good. It's a little rainy. It's still early on a Saturday. I have my coffee, you know me, I love these like little soft sessions that we have. So I'm glad to get it in before my acting class. It's such a joy to have such a rich, long acting class that I invest in. It feels just really nourishing and nurturing every week, but it makes it hard to do other stuff around it. And fortunately, when my cat woke me up to feed him this morning at early, I didn't really feel like going back to sleep. So I had plenty of time to do my other stuff, and now we're here. Also, what? I printed it out. We're at that phase. It's 32 pages of this. My fellow friend says his is in the 20s, so I feel like that means it's a little bit long. And it's definitely needs more stuff. Ugh, but that does mean we'll be able to cut stuff at some point. So I guess that's good. This is my basket of markers. I don't know if you can see this. It's ridiculous, but it makes me happy. What was I saying? So I'm not ready to cut yet. We're not doing length. We're still bulking out to see what the shape might be. But today we're going to give it a read and see what it might mean for the draft that I want to turn in on Monday morning, which is in 2 days. So today, tomorrow, and Monday, arguably at the latest. 3 sessions to bulk this out into at least a draft. Not a perfect draft, but a draft. Cohesive draft. Cohesive draft. That's the word. Cohesive draft. Yeah. So I think I put my computer away, but I just realized that's how I listen to my music and have my timer. I would love to find another way to, no. Sorry. Hi, Bubba. I need my music and my timer. I could have a different timer, but I don't know about music. I was going to say I could set up the record player I got for Christmas, but that won't help you guys. So I have to think about that one a little bit more. I guess that's it. I've had a lot of big thoughts around my life in general this morning. So my head is like very buzzy and full, but like in the best way. So we will focus it with the wide pointed net of the archetype cards. Didn't light my candle yet. I'll do that afterwards. Yeah, Bubba. Oh, that's yesterday's card. I wondered, but no, it just didn't shuffle properly. I was like, oh, is something jumping out already? No, you didn't shuffle it properly. So, they're getting easier to handle. That's really fun. They were so stiff, such a strange shape for so long. The box, arguably reversed, but this, well, no, it does light and dark, this deck. Let's light our candle to invite the spirits to this conversation. It was a full moon in Cancer last night. It was exactly what I wanted it to be, so I was grateful for that. I don't know, it feels less alone to have the universe, to hear what the universe is saying. I think it's always talking, but sometimes we just get so distracted we stop letting there be space to listen, onto the box. 44. The cage, the rules, the norm. We all live to some degree within the confines of the box. This archetype represents everything that is known, the script, anticipated, a finished draft, and expected excellence. It holds us in place while simultaneously holding us back from our greatest visions. The box is sneaky, boy howdy, insidious and everywhere. I think those are the same. Limiting us at the most unconscious levels. It is built of layer upon layer of social constructs and pressures. Box sounds terrible. Breaking through its confines requires awareness, continued effort, or tapas, as we say in yoga, and bravery. I like that one. Been very obsessed with bravery lately. The box may appear as expectations from parents, a well-paying but heartless job, the pressure to look or behave like others, or simply to stay small. There's a box around you now made of some type of confining thought. I don't know if that's helpful or not. That seems obvious. What is it? The box shifts and morphs as we grow. This is part of its multi-layered nature. Once you break through one layer, another will present itself to you. Right. That's why it's like, of course there is a layer around me. Keep going. Breakthrough. An exquisite life requires it. Everything within the box is known. Everything outside the box is unknown. That is why it is more comfortable to stay within its walls. Choose freedom. Yeah, for my full moon reading last night, I got Distant Shores in my Journey of Love deck, which I don't use for these sessions because it's really vague and poetic. I don't need help in that regard. I need help focusing. It basically said, like, travel, get out the way. Moving outside of the box is exhilarating and expansive, but destabilizing. Others will wonder what you are doing and why. You will too. This is part of the process. I actually think I live in this card. Win light, structure, order, coherence, logic. Win dark, limitation, rigidity, judgment, fear. God damn it. I get so many reversed cards lately. Like, what am I missing? The truth will be revealed. And then I think this is a poem. It's actually someone I've never heard of. So let's see what we can find. Weirdo. Just a big question mark there. That's strange. Deal with that later. Okay, Richard Serra. Looks like he's a sculptor. 1 ton prop, House of Cards. This might be a sculpture. Oh yeah, it is. Oh, that's so interesting. Looks like the MoMA has it on their site. It's a box. He was a minimalist. He was geometric forms. It's made of lead. And they lean against each other. He was reacting to the verb to prop. He wrote something he called the verb list, hoping to establish a series of conditions to enable me to work in an unanticipated manner and provoke the unexpected. That's pretty cool. A verb list is cool. Looks like there's a link. He subjected materials, including lead, rubber, and steel, to the different actions on the list. About the piece, he said, even though it seemed it might collapse, it was in fact freestanding. You could see through it, look into it, walk around it, and I thought, there's no getting around it. This is sculpture. There's a link in sculpture. It's the definition of sculpture. Ooh, and his verb list. That's really fun. I wonder if they'll let me have this. Export as a PDF. Looks like it. Ooh, this is really fun. Yeah, there it is. Whew. Look at that richness. Okay, friends. Oh, poem. Silly. The doing is how you get out of the box. That's what I got from that, my guys. That's why I got so excited about the verb list. And you know, even this morning I was thinking about how I had some breakthroughs. Oh yeah, this hair's got to go up. I had some breakthroughs around some life stuff that I was working on that just was feeling like, I don't want to say powerless, but it's just like, how can I do more of this or make this happen? Because for me, time and energy is a limited commodity. I have a lot going on. I'm not like the most energetic person all day. Like I have big bursts. But there's so much to life, right? Like eat good food and move your body and be with people you love and inspire yourself and dream and meditate and journal and all this stuff. And I love it all. And I know consistency over time is what counts. What is it? You're okay? Yeah. I know. We were having a really good cuddle when I decided to start working, and I knew there would be feelings. You're okay, sweetheart. And so integration is becoming much more of a word that I use. And I found some breakthrough integrations. I don't know. What am I got distracted. Sorry. And so I think what I was saying is that I had a breakthrough around stuff, and I found a way to integrate things that had found disparate, but that I wanted them all to be. And now I have some ideas about it. And I was really excited. And I said, you know, this is the thing, is we need space and action, actionless, verb list. We need to try stuff, launch experiments. You know, some might say throw spaghetti at the wall, but I really don't love that. That feels like wasted energy, and it isn't wasted energy. It's playful experiments. That's something else I was thinking about this week. Playful experiments. You don't want to risk, you want to experiment, at least for me, because my nervous system, it will 0 to 100 when the risk is involved. I'm such a Taurus rising. And, but if they're playful experiments, doesn't matter. It's on scratch paper. It's leftover pieces. It's Play-Doh. You know, it's not gold foil or whatever. And so space and playful experiments leads to manifestation, because you create room for the energy to flow. And then you are making offers to the universe with your playful experiment, and it will respond. It always does. So I want to make sure I write that down so I don't forget, because I think that's big. Playful space and playful experiments and integration. That was the other thing I just realized. That might be a word for this year. I don't know. We'll see. Playful experiments, integration. It's not the sexiest word for the year though, but we'll see. Maybe I don't need a sexy word this year. That sounds real. Okay, let's do it. Oh no, I have to read the poem still. Oh my God, so many things. gone. Went up a year this evening. I recollect it well. Amid no bells nor bravos, the bystanders will tell. Cheerful as to the village, tranquil as to repose, chastened as to the chapel, this humble tourist rose. Did not talk of returning, alluded to no time when, were the gales propitious, we might look for him. Was grateful for the roses and life's diverse bouquet, talked softly of new species to pick another day. Beguiling thus the wonder, the wondrous nearer drew. Hands bustled at the moorings, the crowd respectful grew, ascended from our vision to countenance new, a difference, a daisy, is all the rest I knew. That's a good one for Gibb. It's a good poem for Gibb. She writes about death so often. It's present for her. Sex and death, my friends. Sex and death. Okay. I do have to go to acting class, so let's get started, huh? Looks like I'll be a little late, but that's okay. Getting it done when you can is what matters. That is so annoying. Ugh, stop. I'm just gonna have to do it like this. Technology. Not right now. I love you. Shh. Papa, no. No, sweetheart, not right now. Nope. Hmm. Okay, I worked past my time, but I found a groove that I liked. By the time I got to the place where I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen. This is rocky, this transition. I was 16 pages into the piece, and I wanted to be a 40-minute show. And so very like Google said 30 to 40 pages. So that said to me, I need another 14 pages. And so I loose constructed the rest of what I have because I don't have generative power anymore, but I did have organizational capacity in my brain and left. And I got another 14 pages of fragments. So that's cool. So we're at 30 pages. So I just need to put a little mortar between the bricks, the fragment bricks, and I can submit. So that's really promising. Maybe tomorrow, maybe a final draft read on Monday and then submit. But like, I'm starting to see the structure. I'm starting to see it. I'm seeing the acts. The second half is pretty messy still, but there's something about school, Sue, Master, Gib, leaving. That's pretty interesting. And then not leaving, of course. That's pretty interesting. So the ending might be a bit rocky for a while. Endings are hard. I don't want to say that. Endings are different than beginnings. And I have begun so many things and I have not ended many things. So I just don't have as much experience with endings. But I feel good about what was done today. I actually feel very good. So that's exciting. If you are working on a project, I would love to hear about it. Please post it in the comments below. If you would like updates on this project or anything else that I'm working on, please visit my website, Ms. Understood Media, MIZ Understood Media.com. All right, friends. Let's definitely do it tomorrow. Might have a draft tomorrow. I don't want to promise, but it's possible. Until then.